So first of all, welcome to everybody and a huge welcome to Brad. Thank you so much for joining us. It's lovely to have you here.
It's great to be here with you.
Good, thank you. And just to say, Brad is a bit of a rock star in the tapping world. And I say a rock star without the smashing guitars, without the tantrums, without the crazy riders. So we didn't have to have brown M&Ms or only white flowers or anything. So yeah, without all the tantrums and the diva. I don't know what the male equivalent of a diva is, but yeah, yeah, without all that. And
Wait, I'm not getting M&Ms?
no,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
Sorry about that, Brad.
I have to talk to my people. They should have. Oh, well.
My people talk to your people. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So Brad, I think most people who are familiar with tapping are familiar with Brad, and Brad has an amazing YouTube channel with over 270,000 subscribers, which is incredible. It's phenomenal. And so you must have helped literally, I'd say millions of people at this stage. I don't know how many plays you've had of your videos or if you know that information, but it
It's
must
over
be,
45 million.
wow, that is incredible, Brad. That is absolutely incredible. Um, and 1,400 videos. I was looking at it, you've actually 1,400 videos, which is just amazing. And, thank you so much for gifting that to the world because I know myself, if you've ever a problem, you can just Google Brad and I can't sleep or Brad and anxiety or Brad, and you're going to find something to help you. So it's just a wonderful gift. So thank you for giving that to the world. It's amazing.
It's my pleasure. I'm blessed to get to do what I do.
Very good. And we're lucky because Brad's going to be coming to Ireland, and I know there's a lot of Irish people here. And he's going to be in Galway on the 2nd of December and in Amsterdam on the 9th of December. So Orla will post the link in the chat. But yeah, and it's a whole day, which is wonderful, Brad, in Galway. So that's a real treat.
I'm greatly looking forward to it. I've only very briefly been in Galway before, like just passed through it. So very excited to have a chance to explore more of it.
Yeah,
And of
brilliant.
course to tab with book. It's of all the things that I do, live workshops are my absolute favorite. So I can
Yeah,
hardly wait.
yeah, yeah. Brilliant, brilliant. So let's kick off. So, like, we're kind of going to talk about heart-centered tapping, um, and just I loved when you were doing your cultivate peace video. So Brad did this lovely video a couple of weeks ago on cultivating peace, and you said that I'm going to read it. What you said, you start your day by saying, "Thank you for making me an instrument of your peace. Thank you for making me a channel of your love." And for me, it's just such a beautiful demonstration of being heart-centered. And so, yeah, I just wondered, like, what does it feel, or what does it feel like to you to be heart centered?
Yeah, it's just feeling that desire to put that out there. Yeah, I mean, I took that from the opening line of the prayer of St. Francis, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. And so I just turned into a prayer of thanks. And so it's part of my morning meditation is just imagining sending peace and love. And then I tap while I'm just saying, thank you for making me an instrument of your peace. Thank you for making me a channel of your love. And yeah, just coming from that, because the mind gets so confused. We operate, most of us are operating almost exclusively from our head.
Mm.
That gets so confused, whereas the heart is tends to be less confused. The heart tends to just want to be sending love, and really coming from that more positive, I don't know, well, just heart-centered place.
Yeah, yeah. And they say that the brain thinks, but the heart knows, which is just, I think, lovely, and I think it is so true because, like you say, like we spend so much time living in our heads, and and using our head is sensible. I mean, yes, it's useful at times, but I think we're missing out on so much. I mean, we were having a chat earlier on like about the heart as an organ. Like it has this amazing, what's the word, brain, if you like. It has its own brain, its own
It does, yeah.
technology.
It's the second brain, as does the gut. There's neurons there, and it just yeah, it has so much power that we so often just don't think about that and just all head centered. It's like, no, the heart is so powerful. And yeah, to allow ourselves to do that. Part of that same morning exercise that I do in that quiet space is I just take time to just feel my heartbeat. It's this crucial thing going on, this awesome thing. I mean,
Yeah.
we throw the word awesome around all the time. It's like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that was an awesome movie. Boy, that pizza was awesome. But in terms of really being awe inspiring,
Yeah.
worthy of awe, to just stop and just feel this thing going on in our body
Yeah.
that is pumping oxygen and keeping us alive. And it truly is worthy of awe. It's like, oh, there's this truly, honestly awesome thing going on inside me at the moment. So I
Yeah.
try to draw my attention there and be present to that.
Yeah. And how amazing that the heart, we don't have to tell it to be, it just does it, It just has this intelligence and it just keeps on going every day. We're sleeping and it's still going, it's just amazing. And what a wonderful gift.
Yeah, and so we don't want to take it for granted,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
which too often we do.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm all about my brain. It's like, well,
Yeah.
brain's good, does a lot of great stuff, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but be aware of that heart.
Yeah, yeah. And I think then there can be the disconnect, disconnect between the heart and the brain. And I think that's another thing that, it's all brain, you can be all heart, whatever, but actually, I suppose the best thing is that the two of them are connected and there's this flow of information between them,
Yeah,
and that's kind of the most useful. Yeah.
yeah, just like body mind. It's all one whole package, as
Yes,
opposed to
yeah. Yeah. And so maybe we might just start kind of doing a little bit of tapping, Brad. And I don't know where you'd like to start or what your thoughts are.
well, let's everyone go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. Now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed, just go ahead and feel your feet on the floor or whatever part of you is connected to something. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Allow yourself to feel centered and grounded. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, as present as possible so as to receive maximum benefit from our time together. And just following your breath through your body, just draw your attention to your heart. See if you can feel your heartbeat in your chest. It can be challenging sometimes because it's something that so often we take for granted. So allowing yourself to just take a moment and as much as possible, and don't judge yourself if you're having trouble experiencing that, but as much as possible, allow yourself to be aware of your heartbeat in your chest. And even allow yourself now, draw your attention to your right hand, maybe one of your fingers, and see if you can now feel your heartbeat in your fingers. Draw your attention to your left big toe. See if you can feel your heartbeat there. Allowing yourself to be aware of that pulse, that energy that's flowing from your heart throughout your body. And allow yourself to feel what goes on inside as you say, I feel connected to my heart. And just notice on a scale of 0 to 10 how strong you feel that connection. And do not judge it if it's lower than you expect it to be or lower than you want it to be. Just feeling heart centered, feeling heart connected, whatever that might mean to you. Whether that's simply in terms of being able to feel it right now or in terms of how you operate in life, how you show up in the world. Whatever it might mean to you to feel that connection, to feel heart centered, just allow yourself to be aware of what that feels like. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. And even if that's already a 10, it's just like in Spinal Tap, turn that all the way up to 11. I choose to be even more heart centered.
I choose to be even more heart centered.
And I choose to love and accept myself.
And I choose to love and accept myself.
I choose to be even more heart centered.
I choose to be even more heart centered.
And I choose to love and honor myself.
And I choose to love and honor myself.
I choose to be even more heart centered.
I choose to be even more heart centered.
I choose to connect to my heart even more.
I choose to connect to my heart even more.
I choose to feel even more heart centered.
I choose to be even more heart centered.
And I choose to deeply and completely
And I choose to deeply and completely
love, honor, and accept myself.
love, honor, and accept myself.
And maybe everyone else.
And maybe everyone else.
Because that would feel really heart centered.
Because that would feel really heart centered.
I choose to feel more heart centered.
I choose to feel more heart centered.
I choose to be more heart centered.
I choose to be more heart centered.
I choose to feel more connected to my heart.
I choose to feel more connected to my heart.
And part of me might say,
and part of me might say,
well, I'm always connected to my heart.
well, I'm always connected to my heart.
I know it's always beating in there.
I know it's always beating in there.
But sometimes I take it for granted.
But sometimes I take it for granted.
I'm all about thinking with my brain.
I'm all about thinking with my brain.
And sometimes I leave my heart out of the equation.
And sometimes I leave my heart out of the equation.
Not because I'm bad or stupid.
Not because I'm bad or stupid.
But because I have a lot of programming.
Because I have a lot of programming.
About how it's all about the brain.
About how it's all about the brain.
And I love and appreciate myself.
And I love and appreciate myself.
For the focus I put on my brain.
For the focus I put on my brain.
Believing that that's most important.
Believing that that's most important.
I'm allowing myself to be aware.
I'm allowing myself to be aware.
Of how important my heart is.
Of how important my heart is.
Beyond just pumping blood.
Beyond just pumping blood.
It has a lot more power than that.
It has a lot more power than that.
And if I allow myself to be heart-centered.
And if I allow myself to be heart-centered.
I show up more powerfully in the world.
I show up more powerfully in the world.
I have a more profound impact.
I have a more profound impact.
A more positive impact.
A more positive impact.
And I choose to feel good about doing that.
And I choose to feel good about doing that.
So I'm clearing any possible resistance to that.
So I'm clearing any possible resistance to that.
Any possible resistance.
Any possible resistance.
To paying more attention to my heart.
To paying more attention to my heart.
There may be a part of me that resists that.
There may be a part of me that resists that.
For all kinds of reasons.
For all kinds of reasons.
I'm told to focus on my brain.
I'm told to focus on my brain.
But I may also have programming.
But I may also have programming.
That tells me if I'm heart-centered.
That tells me if I'm heart-centered.
I'm being too weak.
I'm being too weak.
I'm not being rational.
I'm not being rational.
I'm not doing what I should be doing.
I'm not doing what I should be doing.
I mean, it's nice to put some heart into it sometimes.
I mean, it's nice to put some heart into it sometimes.
But I shouldn't put too much in there.
But I shouldn't put too much in there.
And in order to do things right.
And in order to do things right.
According to what a lot of people have said.
According to what a lot of people have said.
I resist being more heart-centered.
I resist being more heart-centered.
And I love and appreciate those parts of me.
And I love and appreciate those parts of me.
That resist feeling that connection.
That resist feeling that connection.
Believing that that's the right thing to do.
Believing that that's the right thing to do.
Part of me knows those are misunderstandings.
Part of me knows that those are misunderstandings.
And I'm allowing myself to clear that resistance.
And I'm allowing myself to clear that resistance.
Clearing that misunderstanding.
Clearing that misunderstanding.
Allowing myself to give the heart the credit it's due.
Allowing myself to give the heart the credit that it's due.
Allowing myself to feel more connected to my heart.
Allowing myself to be more connected to my heart.
And feeling good about that in body, mind, and spirit.
And feeling good about that in body, mind, and spirit.
And take a deep breath. your eyes closed, go inside and check in with your heart again. Just see how that might feel now and see if it feels any different. And just also notice any thoughts, beliefs, or memories or feelings that might have popped up during that tapping round. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. Hopefully that feels good.
That was lovely. That was really beautiful. And I was surprised that it was a lot lower than I thought. And because I said, oh, I'm all about being heart centered. But actually, I was back down to the 4 and I went up to an 8. So it was really nice, lovely
Yeah.
to bring that back up. So I'd love to actually, people want to put in the chat box how they got on. I'd love to see where they were before and after. And I suppose one thing that came up for me in that, Brad, was like, so maybe sometimes people feel it's not safe to be in their heart space, that they have past hurt or past whatever. And actually, they might be scared to go into their heart space, or just for some reason, it just doesn't feel comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. As we start out looking at some of the resistance, and it may be, training things that we've been programmed with, but absolutely the self-programming of, yeah, my heart just hurts too much. I got to put that behind me.
Yeah.
Let me just see still. Everyone, go ahead and close your eyes. And again, checking in with your heart and allow yourself to be aware of any fear that comes up. Allow yourself to be aware of any thoughts or feelings of, yeah, it's not safe. It's too painful to be heart centered. My brain is tougher. My heart is too thin skinned, too vulnerable. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. Yeah, Loretta, it's silly to listen to your heart. Yeah, yeah. And yet, I was telling Grania just beforehand, and Orla, just yesterday in preparation, as I was, had this in mind that we were going to have this talk today. I heard listening to a book. They quoted Antoine de Saint-Exupéry's Little Prince, when the fox says, "It is only with the heart that one can write. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." Mm-hmm. So that's why we want to be more heart centered, because we can miss out on too much, and we're not even aware of it. I mean, just like Anya, what you were just saying about, I'm a very heart-centered person, and it came up that it was a 4.
Yeah.
And allowing ourselves to, again, not judge ourselves, but
Yeah.
just recognize it's so easy to fall into that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I catch myself with that all the time. I'll get into, hear something about the news, and I'll start be thinking about why I'm upset about that. And it's like, ooh, I'm not operating from my heart here.
Yeah.
And I'll start tapping to bring it back. And it's like, who do I want to be?
Yeah.
But let's so even though my heart feels too vulnerable,
even though my heart feels too vulnerable,
I choose to love and accept myself.
I choose to love and accept myself.
Even though my heart feels too vulnerable,
even though my heart feels too vulnerable,
I choose to love and honor myself.
I choose to love and to honor myself.
Even though my heart feels too vulnerable,
even though my heart feels too vulnerable,
and I've been hurt before,
and I've been hurt before,
I've been heartbroken.
I've been heartbroken.
So part of me says, I want to keep my distance from my heart.
I want to keep my distance from my heart.
And even though my heart feels too vulnerable,
and even though my heart feels too vulnerable,
I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself.
Love, honor, and accept myself.
And maybe anyone else who's contributed to this.
And maybe anyone else who has contributed to this.
Maybe anyone who's ever broken my heart.
Maybe anyone who's ever broken my heart.
I'm setting my...
Can you say that again, please, Brad? You just froze there. Yeah.
I'm setting
myself free. Must have been a good
free.
one. Must have been a good one.
So yeah, I'm setting myself free.
I'm setting myself free.
All this fear about my heart.
All this fear about my heart.
All this fear about being heart centered.
All this fear about being heart centered.
My heart is too vulnerable,
My heart is too vulnerable,
too sensitive.
too sensitive.
It's been bruised.
It's been bruised.
It's been broken.
It's been broken.
I rarely feel brain broken,
I rarely feel brain broken.
although it's probably happened more often than I recognize.
It's probably happened more often than I recognize,
But I am aware of the heartbreak,
but I am aware of the heartbreak.
and it doesn't feel safe to be heart centered.
And it doesn't feel safe to be heart centered.
It doesn't feel safe to go outside being heart centered.
It doesn't feel safe to go outside and be heart centered.
I need to put armor around my heart
I need to put arm around my heart
when I go outside,
when I go outside,
when I face the world,
when I face the world,
even when I'm inside,
even when I'm inside,
because I can be listening to the news
because I can be listening to the news
or watching social media,
or watching social media,
and things come up that break my heart.
and things come up that break my heart.
And so it's understandable
And so it's understandable
that part of me wants to avoid my heart.
that part of me wants to avoid my heart.
It's way too vulnerable,
It's way too vulnerable.
way too sensitive.
It's way too sensitive.
And I'm processing this.
And I'm processing this.
Fortunately for me,
Fortunately for me,
I know how to tap,
I know how to tap,
and it's a great way to heal my heart,
and it's a great way to heal my heart,
which allows me to feel more confident,
which allows me to feel more confident,
to feel safer,
to feel safer,
paying attention to my heart.
paying attention to my heart.
I'm allowing myself to feel stronger.
I'm allowing myself to feel stronger.
I'm allowing myself to recognize
I'm allowing myself to recognize
that my heart is still in there,
that my heart is still in there,
whole and intact,
whole and intact,
circulating blood through my body,
circulating blood through my body,
doing all the things it's supposed to do,
doing all of the things it's supposed to do,
which means it's not really broken.
which means it's not really broken.
That's just what I feel like sometimes.
It's just what I feel like sometimes.
I'm allowing myself to get clear,
I'm allowing myself to get clear,
that I'm just allowing myself to see
that I'm allowing myself to see
when something's not right.
when something's not right.
And often the heartbreak
And often the heartbreak
comes from some confusion,
comes from some confusion,
from some misunderstanding.
from some misunderstanding.
As the Stoics say,
As the Stoics say,
it's not what happens to us that upsets us.
it's not what happens to, oh, I'll say that again. It's not
It's,
what happens to us that upsets us.
it's our thoughts about what happened.
Very true. It's our thoughts about what happens.
So it's not the events that are heartbreaking.
So it's not the events that are heartbreaking.
It's our thoughts and beliefs about the events.
It's our thoughts and beliefs about the events.
So as I adjust my thinking,
So as I adjust my thinking,
my heart is a lot safer.
my heart is a lot safer.
And I'm processing all of this,
And I'm processing all of this,
giving myself permission
giving myself permission
to heal past pain.
to heal past pain.
I may have resisted that healing.
I may have resisted that healing.
I may have allowed my heart to feel this pain,
I may have allowed my heart to heal this, to feel this pain,
to remind myself to protect myself.
to remind myself to protect myself.
All this fear
All of this fear
that if I allow my heart to heal,
that if I allow my heart to heal,
I'll walk right back into danger again.
I walk right back into danger.
I'm giving myself permission
I'm giving myself permission
to heal
to heal
and to know that I can still take care of myself.
and to know that I can still take care of myself.
Just because I allow myself to feel my heart is strong
Just because I allow myself to feel my heart is strong
doesn't mean I have to walk into trouble
doesn't mean I have to walk into trouble
or submit myself to things that are wrong for me.
or to submit myself to things that are wrong for me.
When I'm crossing a street,
When I'm crossing a street,
I don't need to feel panic
I don't need to feel panic.
to remember to look both ways before crossing.
To remember to look both ways before crossing.
I don't need pain to make me smarter.
I don't need pain to make me smarter.
I can heal the heartbreak
I can heal the heartbreak
and still make better choices,
and still make better choices,
especially as I allow myself,
especially as I allow myself,
while I'm being heart centered,
while I'm being heart centered,
to love myself more,
to love myself more,
allowing myself to love others.
allowing myself to love others.
Doesn't mean I have to put them in front of me,
Doesn't mean I have to put them in front of me.
just like on an airplane,
Just like upon an airplane,
where they say to put the oxygen mask on your own face first.
where they say to put the oxygen mask on your own face first.
I choose to love myself with my heart
I choose to love myself with my heart
first.
first.
As I allow myself to love myself first,
As I allow myself to love myself first,
rather than saying I should love others first,
rather than saying I should love others first,
I'm less likely to be harmed.
I'm less likely to be harmed.
I have greater freedom to love others
I have greater freedom to love others
when I know that I'm taking care of myself
when I know that I'm taking care of myself
by loving myself first.
by loving myself first.
It's not selfish.
It's not selfish.
It's a win-win situation.
It's a win-win situation.
That's why they talk about the oxygen masks on the plane.
It's why they talk about the oxygen masks on the plane.
It's not because airlines are all about being selfish.
It's not because airlines are all about being selfish.
It's because if we don't take care of ourselves first,
It's because if we don't take care of ourselves first,
we will be no good to anybody else.
we will be no good to anybody else.
Same with being heart centered.
It's the same with being heart centered.
Loving myself with my heart
Loving myself with my heart
allows me to be more loving towards others.
allows me to be more loving towards others.
So I'm allowing myself to pay attention
So I'm allowing myself to pay attention
to where I've made my heart more vulnerable
to where I've made my heart more vulnerable
by putting others first,
by putting others first,
by not paying attention
by not paying attention
to what's really good for me
to what's really good for me
and what isn't so good for me.
and what isn't so good for me.
Sometimes when I feel heartbroken,
Sometimes when I feel heartbroken,
that's my heart trying to tell me,
that's my heart trying to tell me,
you're not paying enough attention.
you are not paying enough attention.
This is not a good situation for
This
us.
is not a good situation for us.
Please take better care of us.
Please take better care of us.
And I'm giving myself permission to do so.
And I'm giving myself permission to do so.
Clearing these old reasons
Clearing these old reasons
why I couldn't or shouldn't take better care of myself.
why I couldn't or shouldn't take better care of myself.
I'm giving myself permission
I'm giving myself permission
to take really good care of myself.
to take really good care of myself.
And that's a great way to protect my heart,
And that's a great way to protect my,
which allows me to be much more heart centered.
which allows me to be much more heart centered.
Take a deep breath. Just go ahead and check inside and draw your attention to your heart and notice what might come up there.
There's so much in that, Brad. Looking after yourself, putting yourself first. And, I think, certainly here in Ireland, it's very much you putting others before yourself. Always that's the thing, and it is seen as being selfish that actually putting yourself first, looking after yourself, is seen as bad, seen as being selfish. And I remember actually, and even honoring yourself and praising yourself. I remember saying to somebody, like, we grew up hearing self praise is no praise, and we're thinking, and I remember saying that to somebody who wasn't Irish. They went, "Oh my God, that's a terrible thing to say." But always told, like, to put ourselves down, and so yeah, so it's so important to honor ourselves and praise ourselves, and but looking after ourselves is so important. And
Yeah. Yeah. And praising ourselves, I mean, to me, it's always praising God, creator, universe, however
yes,
anyone wants to look at it. When we come in it from that place, when we look at ourselves as children of the universe, of creation,
yes,
then it honors the creator to praise ourselves. You know,
yes,
we don't honor God by saying, well, I'm a piece of crap.
yeah,
Boy, you really screwed up with me.
yeah,
Much, when we're
yes,
honoring ourselves, it's like, well done,
yeah,
nicely done. And
yeah,
it's not, but we also think that it's arrogant. And
yes,
it's not come from an arrogant place, because arrogance wouldn't be well done. It's well done. That's thinking that it's all me,
yes,
and that I'm better than other people.
yeah,
If I'm praising myself in comparison to others, I'm so much better than you. That's not self-love.
mm, mm,
That's a cover up for insecurity.
yes,
Arrogance and conceit are not self-love. That's a cover up. When
yeah,
someone is saying, I'm so much better than other people, it's like, yeah, you don't really believe that. And
yeah,
you're trying
yes,
to you're trying to convince others, and you're trying to convince yourself.
yeah,
Because when we recognize that we're truly worthy of love, we see it in other people as well.
mm, mm,
When we recognize our awesomeness, we see the awesomeness in others. It's like,
yes,
yes, I see how awesome I am, and I want you to see how awesome you are. Please get
yeah,
off of this whole thing of, no, 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 I have to consider myself this awful thing. It's like, that doesn't serve anyone.
yes,
And
yeah,
how can I share my gifts and talents with the world if I'm going, well, they're not, they're pretty awful, you know? Yeah, I've got nearly 1,400 videos. But it's me, and I'm, bleh. But and people go, wow, that he's so great that he talks about how bleh he is. I really want to watch that.
he really inspires me.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
so
be
inspired by
blah.
that. How can I tell anybody else that they're awesome? It's like, well, you're awesome. The creator did great with you. Me, not
Yes,
so much. But
yeah,
it's acknowledging that, and it's not a matter of saying I'm perfect
yes,
or that I've got no improvement.
yeah,
It's but we're all works in progress.
yeah,
But really, please do love and honor yourself and recognize the magnificent child of the universe that you are, and how worthy and deserving you are of the best this world has to offer. Because then it's hard to share with other people what you don't allow yourself to have.
yes,
You know.
yeah, very true. Yeah,
So yeah, the Irish way wasn't great. And it's not just Irish; it's everywhere.
yeah,
There are few places that I've been where people say, "Oh yeah, we're all raised." Unless you're the Dalai Lama and you've been told from the moment of your acceptance and your acknowledgement, you are this amazing thing. Um, you should acknowledge that. We are told, think less of yourself.
yes,
Don't stand out. Don't shine.
yeah,
Don't think highly of yourself. And it's like, and then we have other examples of people who talk about how awesome they are, but in a way that is putting down others, and
mm,
in a way that it's this, to say I'm awesome is not a matter of self-glorification, and it's like, you guys should see how great I am.
yeah,
And it's not about
yeah,
telling
yeah,
people that, because we don't have to go around saying I'm awesome. It's a matter of, I'm telling myself that so that I show up as awesome. It's
yes,
not for me to tell you that I'm awesome. It's for me to show that, and for
yes,
you to appreciate whatever gifts and talents that I share. So
yeah,
hopefully that makes sense. And
yeah,
go ahead and be
yeah,
tapping, even though we're not doing a formal round, just being clear
yeah,
of whatever comes up around that.
yeah, yeah. It's yeah, I love that. It's hard to share with other people what you don't allow yourself to have. Yeah,
Yeah,
very true.
yeah. And the begrudging thing, I think I did a video on this years ago. The thought came to mind. There's the line, "Judge not, lest ye be judged."
Yeah.
Go with the expression, "Begrudge not, lest ye be begrudged."
I love it.
And we do. We begrudge others. We begrudge ourselves.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have this. But if I say
Yeah.
you shouldn't have it, I shouldn't have it as well.
Yeah.
And we're all walking around missing out on this magnificent abundance that's all around us.
Yeah.
Material abundance, but also just the beauty, the beauty of nature, the beauty of other people. It's I try not to miss out on it. It's like my kids or will somebody kid me. It's like, yeah, you just go up and talk to strangers and play. It's like, yes, I'll be at stores. I'll be standing in line and I'm looking for something that I can, just make a joke about and just kind of create some sort of interaction because there's all these beautiful people, other expressions of creation that
Yeah.
you just want to connect with.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if we could do some tapping, Brad, on allowing ourselves to shine or something, because yeah, it's lots of questions there and comments there. Can EFT video for healing from stroke? And I think, well, sorry, tapping is very good for physical stuff and any emotional contributions. So definitely, yes, it can help you with that.
Yeah. I'm
But
not a doctor. I just played one on TV.
yeah,
But um, but when I talk about tapping for any kind of physical healing, can't make any claims, even though there are plenty of stories of remarkable physical
yes,
healing that has come from that. The main thing is that the body has a remarkable ability to heal, but it's so overly taxed by dealing with all kinds of different feelings and emotions and thoughts about
yes,
the issue. So, I'll often say, okay, tap on whatever physical symptoms you might be aware of, but also look at, do I feel angry about having had this? Do I
yes,
feel guilty about not being able to do as much for other people as I used to do?
hmm,
And notice all of the troubling emotions that might come up. Am I fearful about happening again, or about what I might not be able to do? Am I feeling grief about what limitations I might have? And allow yourself to tap on all of those different feelings that might come up around that. And as we allow ourselves to make peace with what's there, there's no telling that then all kinds of parts of our body, mind, heart, whatever is going, I have a lot more freedom now to do some healing work. Okay, now what can I get to work on?
exactly, exactly. But I always say to people who are physically challenged is that you're actually wasting energy. You're using up energy on being angry or stressed or guilty. That's actually using energy. And once you release that from the body, well, then the body and whatever medicines, they can all just do their job so much more easily.
Yeah. Yeah. We have access to so many more resources.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, in terms of the round you were just mentioning, would you like
yeah.
to lead us through a round?
Okay. So let me just see. So, yeah. So, okay. So
Even though
my programming tells me
my programming tells me
don't get too big for your boots,
don't get too big for your boots,
don't have any of those notions,
don't have any of those notions,
people will be talking about you
people will be talking about
and not in a good way.
you. Not in a good way.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I have all of this past programming
Even though I have all this past programming
telling me to stay small,
telling me to stay small,
that it's much safer to stay small.
that it's much safer to stay small.
It's not safe to shine.
It's not safe to shine.
No one likes a smart arse.
No one likes a smart arse.
Yeah, and it's not safe to be successful.
And it's not safe to be successful.
All the baddies in the cartoons
All the baddies in cartoons
are the rich men in the big house on the hill.
are the rich man in the big house on the hill.
I think of Monty Burns in The Simpsons.
Monty Burns in The
He's
Simpsons.
not a very nice person.
He's not a very nice person.
So all these role models
So all these role models
of people who are successful,
of people who are successful,
they're not good role models.
they're not good role models.
And we're not being told
And we're not being told
about shining our light.
about shining our light.
We're told to keep it dimmed down.
told to keep it dimmed down.
Keep yourself under the radar.
Keep yourself under the radar.
You'll be nice and safe there.
You'll be nice and safe there.
And I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love, honor, and accept myself.
love, honor, and accept myself.
It's not safe to shine.
It's not safe to shine.
I have to keep myself small.
I have to keep myself small.
People might be talking about me.
People might be talking about me.
Who does she think she is?
Who does she think she is?
Or who does he think he is?
Who do I think I am?
Yeah. Don't go getting notions.
Don't go getting notions.
Don't be too big for your boots.
Don't be too big for your britches.
Your britches.
As we say over here.
Yeah. And all this programming that I've had.
All this programming that I've had.
All this unconscious programming.
All this unconscious programming.
And I understand where it comes from.
And I understand where it comes from.
They're trying to keep me safe.
They're trying to keep me safe.
They're trying to protect me.
They're trying to protect me.
They're coming from a place of love.
They're coming from a place of love.
And even my unconscious mind.
And even my unconscious mind.
It's coming from a place of love.
It's coming from a place of love.
It wants to protect me.
It wants to protect me.
And to keep me safe.
And to keep me safe.
And I honor that part of me.
And I honor that part of me.
That's trying to look after me.
That's trying to look after me.
And I'm saying to them.
And I'm saying to them.
You are doing an amazing job.
You're doing an amazing job.
Trying to keep me safe.
Trying to keep me safe.
And I thank you for that.
And I thank you for that.
And there was a time.
And there was a time.
When maybe I needed that.
Where maybe I needed that.
I needed to be small.
I needed to be small.
For whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
But it's time for a change.
But it's time for a change.
I'm no longer that person.
I'm no longer that person.
And I'm not serving anybody.
And I'm not serving anybody.
I'm not a true expression.
I'm not a true expression.
Of the divine person that I really am.
Of the divine person that I really am.
And I'm not who I really am at a soul level.
And I'm not who I really am at a soul level.
And I would really like to shine.
I would really like to shine.
And I know that by me shining.
I know that by me shining.
I allow others to shine.
I allow others to shine.
As I shine more.
As I shine more.
I allow others to shine more.
I allow others to shine more.
It's not serving anyone.
It's not serving anyone.
Staying small.
Staying small.
Dimming my light.
Dimming my light.
And I don't believe that's why we were created.
I don't believe that's why we were created.
I think we were created to shine.
I think we were created to shine.
And sometimes it gets a bit dim.
And sometimes it gets a bit dim.
So it's time to polish off those souls. Let's polish our souls.
So it's time to polish those souls.
Polish our hearts.
Polish our hearts.
So it's gleaming.
So that it's gleaming.
And we've all this beautiful heart light shining out.
We have all this beautiful heart light shining out.
And it's radiating out to the world.
And it's radiating out to the world.
And it's infectious.
And it's infectious.
Because the more we radiate our greatness.
Because the more we radiate our greatness.
The more we allow others.
The more we allow others.
To tap into that frequency.
Tap into that frequency.
And to raise the vibration of the world.
To raise the vibration of the world.
Because God knows it needs it at the moment.
Because God knows it needs it at the moment.
And so getting pulled down.
So getting pulled down.
That's not serving anyone.
It's not serving anyone.
It's not serving our divine purpose.
It's not serving our divine purpose.
And I'm choosing to fully embody my divine purpose.
And I'm choosing to fully embody my divine purpose.
To be a shining creation.
To be a shining creation,
a true representative of my divine self,
a true representation of my divine self,
because we are divine beings
because we are divine beings
and it is safe to shine.
and it is safe to shine.
Allow ourselves to shine for everyone.
Allowing myself to shine for everyone.
I take a big deep breath in and out. Yeah, I'm just wondering how people are feeling after that. Yeah.
That was lovely. Thank you, Grania. Yeah, it's so true. We sit there and look at the world and go, gosh, there's so much darkness in the world. There's so much darkness in the world. Well, why don't you shine your light? Oh, no, no, I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to dim my light. Well, how are we supposed to? We're cursing the darkness while dimming our light. And it's so funny because we're told, don't shine your light. And yet it says, do not hide your light under a bushel. We
Mm-hmm.
are told that. And yet it's like, yeah, ignore that part. Keep definitely put that bushel over your. It's like,
Yeah.
and part of it, and I'll invite folks to keep tapping us. We're just going through here. The people who told us, just as you said through there, they did it from a place of love, believing it's not safe. And so we've created this place where it's not safe because we get attacked for shining our light because other people feel like, well, I was told that that was wrong, and so I need to attack you. We create, if we say, hey guys, can we just all agree that it's good for us to shine our light because there's darkness and we need more light?
Yes. Yes.
And and but it's when we shine our light, it people might talk ill of us because it's threatening to them.
Yes.
Because it's like, well, shoot, I'm hiding my light, and if I'm hiding my light, and it's okay for you to hide your light, not hide your light, then I look like an idiot. I
Yes.
look like the bad guy. And so, and I don't want to be the bad guy. So rather than saying, then breaking the rules that I have and shining my light, I say, no, you're wrong. And I attack you. And so then we have we might have the examples of the Monty Burns. It's like, well, that person who allowed themselves to shine and not from a healthy place, totally ignoring the fact that there are plenty of people with great wealth who
Yes.
do wonderful things in the world.
Yes.
It's all well and good for entertainment purposes to paint the rich person as the bad guy, and movies do it all the time. And they talk about it in the movie Titanic. It's like, you notice all the good people are down in steerage, and all the bad people are up in first class, and it's like, you know,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that's it's a portrayal, and we buy into that. And so people who are allowing themselves to be successful might have this belief of, well, I'm trading my heart for success.
Yes. I have to sell my soul.
I have to sell my soul. So as I become more successful, I become less heart-centered because I
Yes.
believe that it's either or. It's a trade-off because that's all
Yes.
of the role models that I've had. It's all the images. It's like, yeah, no, 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 no. You can be extremely successful and be extremely heart-centered and really be a light for the world.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, you know,
Yeah.
please and
Wow.
thank you.
Wow. Amazing. Lovely. Thank you, Brad. Love that. Yeah. So yeah, you guys, can you tap with your eyes closed? Yes, you can. And you can tap on more than one topic in one day. Definitely go for it. I'd say,
Come
Christina.
to my
Yeah.
event. We'll be tapping on all kinds of subjects in one day over the
Yeah.
course of the day.
Yeah. 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 Come to Galway, come to Amsterdam. Yeah.
And yes, there are still tickets. It's selling out, but there are still a couple of tickets at this
Tickets, yeah.
time.
So I get Orla to post a link, or to post the
Yes,
link
thank
again
you.
of for the event. And Liz asked, can we view Brad's event online? No, I don't think it's going to be online, Brad, is it?
No, the live
No.
events, because I create a safe space there. I want people live and in person to feel that whatever they bring up would will stay in that room.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any
Trying to
other?
scan through all these comments. Thank you for all your great comments.
Lovely. Yeah, really nice. Yeah. So Brad, I think we should finish up. What would we do? We just do
we could do another tapping round. I could do a guided imagery,
Let's do
whatever.
a quick guided imagery would be a lovely way to
Okay.
wrap it all up and
Yeah.
seal it in.
That's how I like to end
Yeah,
sessions generally.
yeah, lovely,
So,
beautiful. Thank you.
um, and if you want to do more tapping, I'm doing another live tapping at almost a couple hours earlier tomorrow for tomorrow's Thanksgiving here in the U.S. So, doing what I'm calling Tappy Thanksgiving, and Christy's going to join me for that.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, so and you can go to tapwithbrad.com/live to join us for that if you'd like to. So yeah, everyone go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Another deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. A third deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Now just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Breathing comfortably, and just imagine that with each breath you take in, you breathe in relaxation and positive energy. Go ahead and imagine a healing light of whatever color you like surrounding your body, so that with each breath you take in, your lungs comfortably draw in that healing light, allowing it to flow through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. Imagine a healing shower flowing down, crystal clear water that's a perfect temperature as it flows over the top of your head, soothing and relaxing your scalp, washing away fear, doubt, anxiety, washing away anger, sadness, guilt, shame, washing away pain, frustration, disappointment, embarrassment, washing these away to reveal the light that you truly are, this unique expression of divine light and love, allowing more and more of that light to be revealed as that healing shower flows over your forehead, relaxing the muscles in your face, flowing down over the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, washing away tension, leaving your shoulders calm, comfortable, and relaxed. And healing shower flowing down your arms, all the way down over your fingertips, down over your chest and your stomach, soothing and relaxing, healing and cleansing, and allowing yourself to remain comfortably in whatever position you choose. Allow that healing shower to flow down over your upper and lower back. And as your torso relaxes, your internal organs comfortably do whatever they need to do to achieve and maintain your optimal level of health and well-being in body, mind, and spirit. As that healing shower continues down over your body, down over your hips and your thighs, over your knees, down your lower legs, through your ankles, into your feet. And finally, that relaxation flows over your toes as you allow yourself to relax twice as much, going at least twice as deep with each number. As I count backwards, 5, drifting down to 4, floating down to 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. Deeper, deeper, remembering that each and every time you hear me say the words deep sleep, with your permission and only with your permission, you allow yourself to return to this depth or even deeper, quickly, soundly, deeply, and the physical body relaxes. And with that relaxation comes a wonderful sense of calm well-being of body and mind, deeper, deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. And in this calm, comfortable state of mind and body, allow yourself to imagine yourself in some really beautiful place, wherever you choose, some place where you allow yourself to be present to the beauty, the magnificence, the abundance of creation. Allowing yourself to remember that it is here for you as much as anyone else. Allowing yourself to remember that you are a magnificent child of the universe, a magnificent child of God, Source, however you choose to see that. You are worthy and deserving of the best this world has to offer. And in this beautiful place, allowing yourself to look around and feel a sense of awe as you look at this magnificence all around, really appreciating creation. And now allow yourself to feel that same sense of awe and appreciation for your heart. Draw your attention to your heart. Recognize that it's beating, keeping you alive, doing all kinds of amazing things for you. Allow yourself to recognize that it is much more powerful than you know. And as you feel that pulse, you feel that heartbeat, just feel it sending energetic waves of love outwards through every fiber of your being, all the way through your body, sending that love. And also just feel it sending this loving energy outwards. Every time your heart beats and you feel that pulse going through your body, imagine it radiating outwards. Just allowing that love to be sent out. Allowing your light to shine. Knowing that the world can use a lot more light, can use a lot more love. Just allowing yourself to be aware of your heart and allow it to send that love out around the world. You might imagine in this beautiful place certain people that you care about. You may imagine certain people who you know could use some more love. Allowing yourself to send that love. You might imagine some people who you know could really use some love based on their behavior, and sending love from a distance. Allow yourself to keep a safe distance, but giving yourself permission to be that powerful that you can send love out there to everyone, knowing that that's what the world needs. And also allowing yourself to receive love. Just imagine as you send that pulse out there, you send that love radiating out there. Imagine it jump starting other people's hearts, and then they're radiating love out, and allow yourself to receive that as well. Just allowing yourself to feel much more love as we go even deeper now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. In a moment, I'll count you back out from 0 up to 5. 5 will be wide awake, alert, focused, and energetic, feeling much better than before, feeling much more heart-centered, feeling that your heart is much safer as you're sending loving energy out there, feeling protected by that. And as they say, the best defense is a good offense. So allowing yourself to feel that, feeling safe because you're sending that positive, loving energy out there. Tonight, when you choose to go to sleep, don't be surprised when you fall asleep quickly, soundly, deeply, and sleep very well through the night. During the night, you'll dream. The more you dream, the stronger you become. I'm going to ask your unconscious mind to allow at least one of your dreams to be a very healing dream. Continuing this healing process in body, mind, and spirit so that in the morning, at the time you've chosen to wake up, you wake up easily, feeling refreshed, energetic, and ready to start the day again, powerfully moving forward into that ever more joyful experience of an ever greater abundance of health, wealth, happiness, and love, which are your birthright and which benefit others. Now go back down to 0, which is always deep sleep, allowing your mind, body, and spirit to digest all of these positive thoughts and images, taking them in at a very deep level so that these positive changes occur easily, effortlessly, and naturally. Coming up to 1, feeling physically relaxed. 2, feeling emotionally calm and confident. 3, health and well-being, enthusiasm, love, joy, and gratitude flowing through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. 4, becoming more and more alert and aware of your surroundings. And 5 is eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. One, two, three, four, five. Eyes open wide, wide awake, and welcome back.
Brad, thank you so much. And I know we've kept you longer. I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that, but thank you so much.
Uh,
We loved it, and there are lovely comments there. And Orla's put in the happy Thanksgiving there. But thank you so much, Brad. Really appreciate you being with us here tonight. And yeah, and
oh,
we should,
thank you, Grania. Thank you so much for the invitation. It's always lovely spending time with you. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
yeah,
And thank you everyone for joining us for this and for your
yeah,
willingness to allow yourself to be more heart centered and allowing yourself to shine your light more brightly.
yeah. Beautiful, amazing comments coming in there, Brad. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. I look, somebody looks a mess. That's okay. It's okay. Brilliant.
All good, all good. All
Very
right.
good. Okay. So thank you, Brad. Great to see you. And thank you so much for this evening. All right.
My
Cheers then.
pleasure.
Bye
All
bye.
right. Take care, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.